Hi, it's Tammy, and this is another episode of Where is the Sun? This is where I explain how the energy changes as the sun moves through the human design mandala. And actually, um, I've said it before, I love when it happens when I bump into a bunch of people and we're all kind of dealing with the same thing. And then I go to check where the sun's at because I don't consciously stay in touch with it all the time. And I see that it's in a spot that really kind of makes sense. So right now the sun is in the gate 36. It's been there for about 3 days. And this kind of energy is like there's always something um, dramatic, um, hard to deal with, um, things you have to not struggle so much, but it's that there's a boredom energy to it, and I had this all figured out before I turned on the video, but so there's this boredom energy to it, and it's almost to a point where you're so used to having these tragedies or things to overcome or um, problems to deal with that when you don't have them, it's almost like the energy creates them for you just so you can keep busy. Um, I ran into it when I actually had quit worrying. Um, which sounds funny when you say it out loud, but a couple of years ago, I decided I didn't want to worry anymore. So anytime I caught myself worrying, I'd use thought stopping or I'd question why I was worrying and would worrying really make a difference to the problem? And eventually, over time and um, with a lot of effort, I stopped worrying. But in that period of time, whenever I found myself not worrying about something, it made me feel weird or totally disconnected in an unhealthy way. So for for me, it took a little getting used to not having that worried feeling all the time. It's similar when you try not to jump into these phases in which, you know, you're probably going along smoothly, but you create something to cause a disruption. So the energy will bring you disruptions, and you're always going to have to, if you have this in your chart all the time, realize that things are going to pop up that are going to test your resolve and that are going to make you prove to yourself more than anybody else that you can work through it. So this week, this energy, and I've seen it, I watched it repeatedly today, just alone, throws things at people that they have to overcome. So it could be as simple as, creating drama around a situation and running from it because you think that's what you're supposed to be doing because it just feels too simple. Or it's a situation where you made a decision and you knew it was right for you, but you kind of backpedaled and changed your decision, and then it comes and now you're back in this crappy situation because you changed your decision. Things like that that happen. Of course, there's things on a larger scale, but these are just things that I bumped into today with different people. Um, it can be that kind of energy. It was explained once as like you're flicking matches because you're bored. We've all done that. Oh, flick the match. Oh, look, and then all of a sudden your curtains are on fire. It's that kind of energy. So it can be stressful. It can be debilitating. It can feel yucky. But if you don't have this in your chart all the time, you only have to deal with it for a couple more days, in the sun anyway. And hopefully it's nothing too major. And this is making sense to everyone because, again, I love that I don't script, but sometimes I just draw a complete blank. So anyway, that's Where's the Sun for this week. I'll see you in a few days. If you have any questions, comments, want a free chart, it's TAMC2006 at gmail.com. Thanks. Bye bye.